Welcome, everybody, to the podcast. Thanks for listening and joining us today. It's going to be a very good show. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing really good as well. Thanks for asking. I'm excited to be here, man. I'm excited to be talking to you. This is always a great time.
It is, and we always find a way to talk for too long.
I know. How long was the last one, by the way?
It was like an hour and like 20, 30 minutes almost, maybe. They've all been like that, though. The first one was way too long, but that one makes sense because it was the first one that we did. But then they just kept getting longer and longer.
I think it's okay. I think I don't mind it. I could care less how long it is, personally.
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm fine with talking forever. If we're going to add timestamps. That's the big new feature. We're going to try to add timestamps. So we're going to try to keep track of what we talk about and when we talk about it, so that you can skip over anything you don't want to hear or listen to, or we've talked about for too long.
Yes, if we talked about something really long, we'll have like a whole section for Elden Ring, a whole book section if you're not interested in books. Although I recommend listening to all the sections. I think they're all going to be insightful and fun.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Even if you don't play the games that we're playing, there's still funny stories, funny anecdotes inside of them.
Yeah, and you can learn a little bit about. Maybe you're not interested in books. Maybe if you listen to it, you will be. I don't know.
You should be. You should be interested in books. If you're not, try them out. They'll change your life.
And also, I think we should start, as of today, we are going to start uploading the videos going live. The videos are going to go live every Sunday morning. I think that's a good routine. Not every Sunday, but every other Sunday, most likely.
Yeah.
But, every Sunday, get excited. There may or may not be a new episode.
No, let's say every Sunday, because that gives me a deadline, and I need deadlines in my life.
Well, every Sunday, because
every other Sunday. Every other Sunday.
Yeah, every other Sunday. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it.
Quick question: where are you podcasting from right now?
I'm still at my desk.
Okay, all right. Because I texted you before. Remember, I said I'm getting everything set up. I am on my couch again.
Ooh,
and it is. Okay, it's great. It's great. I can't go back.
That's good. I didn't feel like moving everything. I know it's not that much, but
yeah. Maybe I'll buy a second set of podcasting things.
Ooh, interesting.
No, I won't. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'll just move it. A lot of work. It costs money. It ain't free, boys and girls.
Until we get a sponsor. We'll still won't be free, but maybe we'll get paid.
The other thing is, make sure to press the little bell icon on the video, and that way you'll get notified every time we upload a new video. So you don't even have to be paying attention. Just get a little notification on your phone, or you'll check YouTube, and boom, it'll come up for you. So I think it's a great way to stay in touch with all of our new content.
Do you do that for YouTubers that you follow?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
The good ones.
I don't do it. I never do it. I usually, because I like the surprise of going on the page of my subscriptions and seeing, he has a new video out. Sweet.
Interesting.
Because then if I get a notification for it, like I'm gonna think about it, and I'm gonna have to go watch it like right away, and maybe I don't want to watch it right away.
Oh, let's see. I don't even know who I have updated, but I check YouTube multiple times throughout the day, so I am pretty up to date. But ours, you don't know when ours are coming. I mean, yes, Sundays, that's the new goal.
Yeah.
But at the time you didn't know when our videos are coming, so. And our friends don't even check the YouTube as much as I do, so.
No. Excuse me, sorry. I thought I got that out before the podcast started.
No, you're good. I don't think I heard it that well. So.
Excellent. For listeners, I burped, so.
Yeah, he did a burp. Can you reenact that for us?
I can't. I'll if it comes again, I'll try to reenact it, and then I'll insert it into my last one so that people know that I burped there.
Oh. Perfect. Okay, so let's talk about some things. First off, I want to talk about new content for our show. Okay.
Okay.
So there's two things I want to talk about. One, possibly doing video, having our faces in the thing. I don't think it would be that difficult to do. What are your thoughts? How much work and how against are you?
Like for the whole podcast?
For the we record our faces and then we upload it.
Okay. Well then I'd have to find when people watch it, couch a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, you really don't. You can have as long as it gets your face a little bit, you can set up a tripod.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. But I'm gonna be a little perfectionist about it and try to get the lighting right for myself.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because I want it to look good. I don't want it to look like I'm backlit only and you can't even see my face.
Yeah, and that would be the most challenging aspect for sure. But it's something to think about, and I'm curious if you guys are interested in that. Go ahead and go in the little details. Email us if you're interested and you want our faces. Let us know. If you're fine without it, that's cool too. But I've been thinking about it. I think it'd be cool. Aside from that, the next thing I was thinking about is streaming content. Okay, now this is my idea. There's a little game called Sekiro that Payon can never beat. And wouldn't it be fun to have us co-stream? Payon will play it, and I'll watch, and we'll just record our voices talking over it while you play it, and we get to watch and talk. And we can stream that. And we'll record it. I don't know how you want to do it. But wouldn't that be fun? We can do a 2-hour stream once a week. And just have some fun with that, and maybe make that a regular thing. What do you think about that?
I think it sounds like I'm going to have to play Sekiro again.
I wanted to play it. I wanted to stream it, but I think this would be fun too.
Yeah, because you beat it 3 times now or so.
2 times, but there's a new game plus. Doesn't really count.
I got you. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down. I think that could be fun. That'd give me a good reason to go back and play it because it's on the list of games I need to beat still because I went back and I beat Dark Souls 3. But this way I have more motivation. But I cannot guarantee I won't get mad and just say, never mind, let's not do this anymore 2 streams in.
I don't think you would. I think because if people are watching, I think people will be rooting for you, and it'd make for a really entertaining stream.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I'd be down. I think I'd probably have to buy it on PC again though to stream it more effectively.
Oh, you don't have it on PC?
No, I have it on PlayStation.
Oh shoot!
I have
I have
capture
streaming
card.
software though. I could give it. Oh, you have it? Wait, what?
I have a capture card. Yeah, I've had it for 7 years now. I got it off a buddy who tried streaming off his Xbox and wasn't getting the viewership he wanted. Of course, why would he? It was 1 week into it.
It's hard. Yeah, I do it and I stop.
Yeah, so I just bought it off him for $50 and I've had it. I don't know if it works still though. I know it worked at one point, but who knows? It's been 7 years. I could always try it. If not, it's on sale usually. Oh, you do?
I have an Elgato.
Okay.
HD60S Plus, which means you can get 4K through it. It doesn't stream 4K, but you can play your game in 4K.
Okay.
And if you wanted to borrow it for this thing, we could always pass it around. If you play a game, and maybe I'll play a game, and we can pass it around. I don't know. Check if yours works. It probably does, but if it doesn't, I have one. All right. And I want to record my voice. I want to have our voices though recording too. So I don't know how we'd do. I don't know how we would even do that.
I think we'd have to do
Discord.
Let's work this out. Let's go cut by cut. We're gonna have to record the video for sure. That's easy. That's OBS. Record the gameplay of it.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna also have to have another a mic set up. And OBS actually can record my voice if I'm playing from it. It'll record my voice and the game. But if not,
but what about me?
You're going to have to record your audio separately, and then we're going to have to mash it in there. So we're going to have to do that 1, 2, 3, 4 count in that we usually have to do.
Right. Now, would I be able to watch it live, though?
Yes. Well, that part we'd have to do through Discord. Yeah, you can stream your game through Discord and watch me. No issue.
Okay. Okay. Because I didn't know if there was going to be a 10-second lag or something.
No. Me and my buddies do it occasionally, too, when we're playing a game and we want to show someone something. It's a very easy... Yeah, so that's absolutely doable, and I like the idea.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I think we should definitely give that a try in the upcoming weeks or so. Okay?
All right. I like it.
Because I've been playing Elden Ring, and I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. Let me tell you. I'm about 80 hours in, I think. And my thing is, though, I go back and forth. I think it's an amazing game. It's one of the best games. It's fun. It's got a lot of things going for it. The further you get in the game, and I haven't even gotten tired of it. I thought I was going to fall off. I thought by the second big boss, I was going to be like, all right, I probably get tired and fall off. I have not. And in fact, the game almost gets more and more exciting, which
That's
is
great.
crazy. 80 hours in, and I'm still like excited. Now, I am kind of waning a bit because it is kind of repetitive. You know, it is 80 hours the same game.
Yeah. Any game that runs that long is going to feel repetitive.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I was like, kind of like I didn't even really want to play it this weekend, and let alone play a whole day of Demon Souls. And I was like, I don't know, maybe we should just.
I get that.
Kind of tired right now. So yeah, that's basically why we didn't play Demon Souls. But I think I like the combat in Sekiro more.
Really?
Because I think Sekiro is my favorite From Software game.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I get that. First of all, disagree. Hate Sekiro if it's not known for the listeners. But it is, I mean, it's a completely different game when it comes to combat. It is very much combat like focused. Like it's like a dance with the enemy, you know, you like parry it and then you dodge, jump over like the unblockable attacks. Where Dark Souls, it's very intimate. Much just like, you know, swing, dodge. That's pretty much it. That's the whole rotation. Maybe use magic occasionally. It's more simple and you can cheese enemies a little bit easier. And I can just outgrind enemies. And that's what I've been doing, just grinding and just going back to bosses when they're really easy. Yeah. And it's like, it's still fun, but you don't have the intimate dance. I don't have to memorize enemies for the most part. Now, sometimes I do. There's a lot of bosses where I brute force my way, but not many. I usually die once or twice, and that's about it. Yeah. Well, I mean, but you're learning on that first death. So, I mean, know, you're subconsciously like recognizing a pattern a little bit, but yes, it's not as much as, I mean, it's the dance of Sekiro. It's fun. And it's not super challenging, which is great. I'm not hitting my head against the wall, you know. But the combat though in Sekiro, that fast pace, you know, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. Yeah, it's just amazing, and I kind of miss that. And I hope they make a Sekiro 2. That's I'm really hoping they make a sequel to that game because the stealth combination, they do a really good job with stealth in that game. I just think the map design and the levels were a little bit uninspired. Yeah, I mean, well, it is a different game in the aspect that, with Dark Souls you can go and grind, and of course, Elden Ring you can go anywhere and grind. Dark Souls it's more linear, but the map design is fun with the shortcuts that you find. But Sekiro had I can't remember. It didn't have many shortcuts that I can remember. I mean, didn't get that far. But there's not that many shortcuts in this either. To be fair, well, it's open world. It's a completely different. Like you can't design shortcuts in an open world because you can go anywhere. Yeah, no, but like there's like an area like we'll say a castle, and like you'll go through this area, and then you'll come back and you'll unlock a bridge that connects back to the safe spot. Very cool. But it's like it's not that far of a walk anyway. I didn't need this bridge. Okay. And the fact is, I never even used the bridge because I just go to the next room and there's like another safe spot. Not too far away anyway. My God, it doesn't feel as rewarding then. Yeah, it doesn't feel... I feel like there's almost too much save spots, and it's almost too easy to get from place to place. So that's kind of my complaint with some of the areas. Yeah, I get that. I mean, for a first time like open world Dark Souls game, you think they did a good job? Like, oh, I mean, yeah, it's excellent. I just do think some of the smaller areas, the more condensed. The places where you don't ride your horse, I do feel like they could be a little bit more elaborate. Elden Ring 2 then, right there. I think they'll definitely make an Elden Ring 2. I would hope think they will.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah,
with how I mean, this was like one of the like largest selling games, like over like Call of Duty at some point, and like FIFA. Like people who had never played games. My buddy on Discord who only plays League of Legends, won't even look at another game. He's even like, I think I'm going to buy Elden Ring. I think I'm going to buy it. He's like back and forth right now, but he's thinking about it. It's a game that got in his head that usually would never reach him. He's never played any other Souls game. Yeah, Branislav's thinking the same thing. Corey even asked about it. So my friends are interested in it. And I remember telling you about, I think this game was going to be one of the biggest games ever, and it was going to break. Like people who weren't going to be interested in games were going to be interested in it. I remember comparing it to Fortnite. It was like, it's not going to be as big as Fortnite, but I think it's going to be really, really big. It's going to be the game. And so far, I think it's doing really well. It's gotten obviously great reviews. It's getting a lot of people interested. And I think it's pretty good. I don't know. It's not my favorite game of all time. And I said that last time in the podcast. I was like, this is my favorite game of all time.
I think it's really good. It's really good for new players getting into this from series, or like a Souls series game. And it's really good. It's definitely in one of the best games ever made, but I just don't know if it's my favorite.
Yeah, it's a game I'll definitely get. I won't get it right away because I have other games on the list, like the Horizon game. But it is a game I absolutely want to play. After going through Dark Souls 3 and just having an absolute blast again with that game, it got me reinvigorated with the Dark Souls. That Sekiro just really drove out of me.
Yeah, for sure. Sekiro, though. Well, we may play it again, so...
Yeah, we might.
We'll see.
And maybe I'll beat it finally.
I hope so. I think you can. I know you can.
I know I can, too. I know I can. I wasn't patient at the time. When I went into it, I went into, like, the mindset of it's like Dark Souls, and that really screwed me over because it's nothing like Dark Souls combat.
Right.
And so I was dodging more than I should have and getting absolutely punished for it. And so, yeah. I think now if I go in, restart the game over, and go in with the mindset of like what it actually is, I think I could beat it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a short game, and you got the combat down, probably at least halfway down. Then that's the hardest part. Just learning the combat's the hardest, but you already got it. You just need to go back through. Yeah,
well, it's been a while. It's been about 2 years since I've actually played it. Maybe 1 year. I think I went back. I think I went to it last year.
Got that muscle memory. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I think I could do it.
But yeah, that's okay. What else can we talk about, man? Do you got any other games?
I got a good story. It's about a game, but it's a good story. It's about Destiny, of course, because that's what I played last weekend, as you know.
Okay.
But I'm going to walk the listener through it. So, and I'm going to try to do it in terms that are easier to understand, and I'm not going to dive too deep in the game. Anywho, the expansion came out. Every expansion, there is a raid. A raid is a 6-player activity that is basically the pinnacle of endgame. It's you go there to get all your gear at the end of every week when it resets, and it's like the toughest thing you can do. So the expansion came out February 22nd, and the raid was last week, so March 4th, I think was Saturday. So on it's called a day 1 raid. On day 1, they put the raid, of course, the raid shows up Saturday at 12 p.m. for everybody at the same time, and they put it on it's called contest mode. And contest mode is basically, it squishes everybody down, so everybody's the same level pretty much. So all the Twitch streamers were like way higher than they needed to be for it. And me, who plays it like maybe once or twice every 2 or 3 days, was really low. So they would be at an advantage.
Right.
So it squishes it down so that everybody's on the same playing field. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, that's the day 1 raid. It starts and you just go through it, and contest mode usually lasts 24 hours. 48 hours was this week because they had so many disconnecting issues that they felt bad. But anywho, the story, I wanted to do a day 1 raid. I had never done one. I started playing Destiny in, I guess, 2020 after the latest expansion, or after Beyond Light, the previous expansion. And I didn't have anybody really to play with. I occasionally play with like one of my friends and then like 2 random people that I found online I played with. But I didn't have like that core 5-man person that was like willing to sit down for like 12 hours on Saturday and just game.
Right.
So, and God, it was such a long day. It's probably the most like degenerate gamer thing I've ever done in my life. But it was fun. Anywho, I was looking on like the Discord or like the Reddit, and I found a post of a guy who was like, "Hey, no requirements to come," because some people are really like sweaty about it. They're like, you got to have this level, have all these guns, you got to have all these other things done, and it's like, there's no way in hell I'm not that good at this game, nor do I care enough. But this guy was like, "Hey, we're looking for someone, no requirements, just come, have the hours, and be of the right level that you need to be." So I was like, sure. I messaged him. He's like, "Let me run it past the guys," and then they're like, "Okay, sure, yeah, you can join us." And so that was Tuesday. The Tuesday before the Saturday raid. So on Thursday, they're like, "Hey, we're going to run the previous raid just to chill and to hang out." And so I joined them in Discord, like we're talking right now. And they were really chill guys, all my age too. We had a blast, and then we were like, okay, I was more excited about day one raid because I was like, these guys are not bad at all. So day one raid happens, and we played. Raid opens at 12. Me and then the 4 friends who were already together, and then another random person played from 12 p.m. to 4 a.m. So what is that? 16 hours. Oh my god!
Yeah.
And we were on the 3rd encounter. There's 4 encounters total, and we were just smashing our heads. Probably 8 hours spent on that 3rd encounter. Went to bed, woke up, probably got 5 hours, 6 hours of sleep, and then played it again for probably 12 to 10 p.m. And of course, we all were working professionals, so we had to go to bed at a decent time.
Right.
But we could not get the I guess it was day 2 technically, but we couldn't beat the last boss. Like we were on it for probably another 8 hours. We beat the 3rd encounter easily after a night's sleep because you're just so exhausted at 4 a.m. in the morning that you can't even think straight anymore.
Yeah.
And we tried to beat the last boss, couldn't do it. So we just gave up. We just were like, okay, it's 10 o'clock. We need to go to bed, go to work. But the cool part about the story is those guys that I raided with now are like my Destiny people that I play with now. I'm in a group text chat with them all. So we talk about random shit besides Destiny. And we'll just constantly, they're like, hey, anybody want to get on for this? And there's just, it's so much nicer when you have somebody to play with. And it's so nice that I found like a group of people that are of the same mindset of me. Like, you know, we'll play a game for fun. Don't get too serious about it.
Yeah.
So that was my last weekend. Literally the whole weekend was Destiny 2, and it was exhausting to a point where all of us were like, yeah, I don't think we'll ever do that again.
But overall it was really fun, right?
It was really fun. It was, going into something, it's like a puzzle. You go into this room, and there's a bunch of things that you can look at, and you have to shoot, and you're like, what do we have to do here? And you just run it. If you die, what did I die to? And just trial and error your way through it until you find a pattern, something that's consistent, and then you just keep going forward from there. And it's so much fun because, again, it's a puzzle. It's just figuring something out. And if you have a good group of people like we did, no one's getting mad about someone dying more than they should be because, again, it's a game.
You're just having fun, and it's more relaxed.
Yeah, and so it was a blast. I would probably do it again if the same group of people was running it.
Wow.
But
okay,
I mean, I got it. That's a year away. I'll worry about that when it comes. If I have the weekend free again, like I did.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. And then of course, Raid opened up on Tuesday, normal mode, and we beat it in about an hour. So we threw our. God, it was. I don't know if it was worth it. I keep debating it because it was a full like Saturday and all Sunday.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. That's not something I think I would be able to do.
It's just so, I mean, it's just endurance. Like we were just, luckily I had a whole snack bar that I made myself, some pre-made sandwiches, just because I knew I'd be too tired to make anything. Go grab some almonds, so awesome. Grab a banana. But yeah, it was fun. And so that's the only thing I played. Yeah. I haven't played any other games besides that because that was like the time suck. You had to just get ready for it. But now I love that. What were you saying?
I love that you were able to find like a group, man. I think that's so cool.
It's fun. It's fun finding people on the internet who like have the same interest in the game too. Because that's what I did with like Rocket League when it first came out. Because nobody played that when it first came out.
Yeah, right. That's what I did with World of Warcraft. Obviously, I talked about that last time. And the same thing, happened. You just find like really cool people. Now you're gonna play with these guys. Like, do they play anything else, or they just play Destiny?
No, I played some Rocket League with them. They play Rocket League too. That's about it, cool. Though. They play Warzone, I think, a little bit, although they're kind of, one of them was like, it's kind of a garbage game now. And then they said they played Infinite, but Infinite's kind of gone down the trash can too. With
Infinite?
Yeah. Halo Infinite?
Halo Infinite? I was thinking Call of Duty Infinite for a second.
No. Oh, God, no. The game
I liked Halo Infinite.
I liked it too, but they have, like, it's the same map over. There's like 3 maps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's not enough maps.
No.
There's not enough variety. I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, so.
I stopped playing it. I gave up Overwatch for the month. I'm trying to, at least.
Okay. Oh, is this for Lent?
Not really.
Is
I mean, the
Lent-
Lent gave me the idea. They kind of inspired me. And I was going to talk about Lent last week. And this is what I was going to mention. I was going to try to give up Overwatch. But I did play it for a few days just to get I had to rank my competitive. So I ranked all my places, and then I stopped. I'm done.
Okay.
For the rest of the month, as long as I can go.
I'll hold you to it. I'll hold you to it. I'll check Xbox every day. I'll just see, is Dylan playing Overwatch? And if you do, I'll message you.
Yeah, say, hey.
Hey.
I'm supposed to be doing that.
Lent. God.
I'm going to talk about this in the podcast. No, I haven't played it. I did play some Hunt Showdown last night, and basically just been playing Elden Ring. But I do want to get this Switch game, Triangle Strategy, that came out. It's made by Square Enix. They make RPGs. It doesn't look amazing, but I just love strategy games. I liked Octopath Traveler a lot. It had some issues, but overall the combat was just so good. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna get that and play it. So I wanted to stop playing Overwatch just to do other things in my life, And it's like, is my life gonna get better? Is it gonna change? I don't know. I have to stop playing Overwatch and find out if it makes a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
You only know if you try it. Because I basically spent any time I had free time, just like, all right, I have 2 hours. Let's just play Overwatch. Kill those 2 hours. It's like now if I don't do that, what am I going to do with those 2 hours?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
But see, the problem is if you buy the Triangle Strategy game, then you're just going to dedicate it to the Triangle Strategy instead of Overwatch.
Yeah, but that's a good thing for me.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm doing things other than Overwatch. As long as it's anything else but Overwatch.
Literally anything but Overwatch. Okay. So that's the thing we have to hit.
Yeah, like reading books. I've been trying to get through my books more because obviously I've been slow, a lot slower than you the past year. And so maybe if I cut out Overwatch, especially during my lunch breaks, when you read, I play Overwatch. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean that's the benefit of not working from home because I can't bring any games with me to the office. Yeah, so it's nice to do that. All right, so let's talk about books. I just got a timestamp, so I'm just making sure we transitioned over perfectly. Have you finished what are you? You were on the second book of the First Law.
The third book. I finished this.
Oh, sorry. Well, you said you said like on the 2 podcasts ago, you're like, I think I'm going to reread it because I listened to the audiobook. I'm guessing that did not happen.
I looked up Spark Notes for the last, most of it, just to make sure I knew what was going on. Although I think I caught most of it. But no, I'm still not that far. I think I'm a third of the way through.
Okay.
But I definitely read a lot more this week.
There you go.
Read a lot yesterday. So, like I said, I'm not playing Overwatch. I definitely will read more. It makes me happy because it's a good book. I'm really enjoying it.
That's good. What is it? The Spark Notes thing brought up a memory. That's when I remember you were there. I was texting you at the time when I quit Dune. I tried reading Dune and then I quit it and then I went back and then I almost quit it again. Like at probably 3/4 through, I went to Spark Notes and I started reading what happens afterwards. And I was like, man, that sounds really cool. And then then I went back into the book and I actually ended up finishing it thanks to those Spark Notes that made it sound so much cooler than it probably actually was.
Actually, speaking of Dune, I remember last time, one of the podcasts, I mentioned I was a camp counselor and I brought books with me.
Yeah. Way of Kings and another book. I forgot what it was.
The Way of Kings, The First Law, The Blade Itself, and Dune.
Okay, so Dune was there too.
The 3 books. The 3 books. And I forgot to mention Dune. Dune I didn't finish. I got halfway through. And I got bored, I think, and I didn't like it.
Dune's a tough book. It's a tough book. I don't get... I mean, I guess I get why people are... It's one of the greatest sci-fi books written of all time, but it's really not that great. It is... It's good, in the sense of, the politics of the situation, but, as a story, as a book, as something I want to enjoy, it just was not up there.
Interesting. The movie was great, though.
No, the movie was great. Part 1 of the movie was great.
Are the Oscars tonight, by the way?
Man, I don't know.
I wasn't sure, but they're probably not. It might be.
Well, we have the power of the internet.
We'll talk about Oscars later. Yeah, but you can look it up. I don't really care.
I'm doing it right now. For listeners, I'm looking it up. No, they're not until April 25th.
Okay, because I was with Cameron before this at Buddy and Pals, and now I smell like Buddy and Pals. It's disgusting.
What does Buddy and Pals smell like? Smoke?
It smells like Langle's. It's like grease and pizza. Mostly just grease, like a restaurant.
Okay.
Have you ever walked in the back of a restaurant and it's like a kitchen? It stinks.
Yeah.
That's what I smell like. It's gross.
Okay.
And I was only in there for like an hour just talking to Cameron. He came back from Texas. And anyway, the Oscars. What were we talking about?
I'm talking about books. What is it? I finished the Wwe of Kings. Finished that like I said I would. I gave myself a deadline.
Get out of here.
And I did.
Get out of here.
I probably powered.
Finished it right before the podcast?
No. I'm actually already 250 pages into the Words of Radiance.
What the heck, dude? Do you just only read? How can you possibly get that far?
Well,
do you not do anything else, or do you just skim read?
I mean, no. How much TV have you watched since we last did the podcast? Have you watched more, whatever those like two Apple TV shows episodes.
Are? Well, I finished. I mean, After Party, I was already finished with like most of these shows by the time.
Okay.
We talked last. I watched like one episode of each since then.
Okay.
And that's it. I think I watched The Last Kingdom, like one episode of that, and that's it.
All right. I mean, yeah, I've probably watched
Elden Ring though. 80 hours of Elden Ring.
That's true. Yeah, you were doing that. Yeah, I mean, I had 28 hours of or 26 hours of Destiny played. No, I mean, I haven't watched any TV. I've watched Succession. I just watched like 3 episodes today. And I need to finish that. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I just read like before bed. Sometimes when I get home, sometimes I'll do this too. I'll read at lunch, and then I'll read maybe like 30 minutes after work, because if I leave work right at 5, traffic is really nasty coming home. So I'd rather just stay there, read, and then leave on my own time, and it's much quicker. It's like shaves 10 minutes off the ride. So I do that, but I also have the books on Libby, the free app for the library thing, on Audible. Yeah. So every 20 minutes in my car to and from work, I listen to the books too.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's how you're getting extra time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad's still reading the third one, but I actually have it on my tablet. So I've actually that's why I've been catching up a little bit.
Is it a Kindle?
Yeah, my Kindle.
Okay.
Fire HD thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Backlit?
I think so. It's not. I don't know if it's backlit. Probably not, actually.
I mean, if it lights up, then it is. If it doesn't, then it's not.
I don't know, man. It looks like my phone. It doesn't. So.
I don't even know how you don't know that. But okay,
I mean, it's not like my Nintendo, it's not like a Paperwhite. That's what I think of.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Yes, Paperwhite has a backlight, so yours does not then.
Right, no.
Okay, easy. Glad we got to the bottom of that one.
I don't know.
Anywho, yeah, I finished Wwe of Kings. That book, man, does that book just get good at the end. I mean, again, I probably read like 300 pages in 2 days towards the end of it, because it just ramps up.
Excellent, yeah.
Just absolutely ramps up. So good. And then that got me amped up to go into the next book, because the next book, you don't have the 200 pages of learning who the characters are. You just know who they all are. And that's what I love about a sequel. So that's why I was able to get so far in the second one.
I think the second one's better than the first one.
All right. Really?
What do you think so far?
I mean, I like it so far. It's up to, if not equal to, the first one. So I know Mike said that this one has a lot more like action, or not action, but just like more peaks and climaxes. And then like the Wwe of Kings was very much a slow burn up to the end, where everything kind of fell into place. Where I think this one, he said there were more smaller like victories, smaller things happening that kind of amped up just the same.
Yeah, sure. I just remember it being more interesting, more plot line. The plot lines are interesting, like Shallan or whatever her name is.
Oh man, Shallan's I'm very fond of her now. I was not at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, her in the first book, she kind of just boring. I feel like she doesn't really do much. And then this book, I think her storyline gets a lot more interesting, and she does a lot more. And even Kaladin, like Kaladin's great. I think I loved him in the first book, but I think he's super interesting in this book, his character. And then you get to learn more about, I think, Dalinar.
Dalinar's
and
great.
That's about it, I think. But that's great. That's all good.
What was his son's name? It's like, God, it's like the same thing, but just...
Adolin?
Yeah, Adolin, maybe. Well, then there's like, he was talking to one of the other like high princes out there, was like Alodar or something. And I was like, man, that is just too close to all three of these names.
Dalinar, Adelar, Elhokar.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yep. It's a lot of that. Oh, question about just really quick to Elden Ring. Do all the bosses like have G and M and R names? I read something that they're like there are so many like Melina, Malaria, Marin, and then there's like a bunch of G names too. And people were like, it's because it's G.R.R. Martin wrote it.
Oh my god, that's
so
funny.
He just wanted to keep putting his initials in it.
That would be hilarious. That's very true. There is a Melina, there's a Godric, there's some R characters. There's a lot of G's and a lot of R's.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, that's really funny. I never noticed that. They're cool names though. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah, I read an article about it, and they're like, interesting how the guy who wrote it has all these names in his name, or all these letters in his name. But yeah, so
it is weird. I think it's just a coincidence, though. I really do.
Maybe. I mean, I'm trying to think of Game of Thrones. Did we have any names in there?
No, but he does so many names. Like,
yeah,
there's like 1,000 names, and like so I can't imagine like I don't know. I think maybe the lineage or something, or maybe like the characters in the world. I think he wanted to go with these letters, and they just
it's probably easier to tie a lineage to like one letter and just kind of have that family inherit that.
There's like
Godric,
name. Godfrey, but they're like similar characters, and like I don't know, but that's really interesting. I love that.
Yeah, so that is where I'm at with reading. So I'll probably finish. I want to. I'm trying to think because I'm debating on if like Hunger of the Gods. I know we talked about this on the other podcast. If I want to pick that up right away, or if I want to finish the Stormlight series before we get to that, because you still got the Last Argument of Kings that you got to get through. So I don't know if we'll be on that one at the time when it comes out.
No, but I mean we don't have to read it the day it comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if we wanted to do that or not, because I know we almost did. I think we did that with the first one pretty much.
I don't know. Actually,
we were both looking at it and we're like, let's get it when it comes out, and it just worked out.
Yeah, I guess we did. I don't really remember. I think you told me we decided because Green was reviewing it, and he said he really liked it, and we both so maybe
we're both like, let's read it.
It was about a year ago.
It was exactly almost a year ago.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You can, if you don't want to get into it right away, we don't have to. I'm perfectly fine waiting. I want to finish the Last Argument of Kings at least before April. I should be able to. Give me another week or two.
Yeah, you got that. I mean, that's just again, no Overwatch. Don't get the Nintendo Switch game until you finish it. There you go.
We'll see.
Easy.
We'll see.
Easy. You say you have 2 hours like where you don't play Overwatch. Now you got 2 hours to read.
I know. That's the goal. I'm trying to read for 2 hours extra every day, and maybe we'll see though.
Because that's what I was talking with my boss. Because occasionally of course I read at lunch, and I'm usually at my desk, and he'll talk about how he's like, man, I used to read. He's like, now I just watch TV, and I feel so guilty like sometimes watching TV all the time, because it's just like I just want to watch TV and not think about anything. And then I was like, and that made me like talk. I was like, man, even last year, I just did not watch a lot of TV. I still haven't watched a lot. It's taken me like 3 months to finish Succession season 3. Still want to watch The Witcher. Still got to watch After Party, the other show that you recommended on Apple TV.
Severance.
Yeah, Severance. I started Cobra Kai, and that was actually a lot of fun. That was like 3 months ago too. That's the thing. It's like as soon as you dedicate your time to one thing, you don't have time for other stuff.
Yeah.
And it sucks a little bit, but I like the books more than I think I like the TV.
I like TV a lot because it does I don't have to think too much.
Yeah, it's very nice in that aspect.
Although I think I like reading on my tablet, I've noticed, because I can I don't have to have my hands like there all the time. Like I just rest it on a pillow in my bed, and like I can lay on my side and kind of roll around in different angles. So it's almost easier for me to read. And plus it's lit, so I don't have to like sit next to a light always, I have a spotlight on it. It's kind of just bright on its own. I find myself reading faster on it, or getting more reading done.
I was about to ask you.
I do have a light on my headstand.
So you think you prefer a Kindle over a book?
Right now, I think I do, but I have so many books. I like reading books too. Like I get a satisfaction out of doing that. So, But I find myself, it's just easier. Like it's easier to read the tablet.
It's much handier to just
More
hold it.
convenient.
You can hold it with one hand. You can set it down like on like a tabletop and just prop it up and read it while you're doing something with the other hands. Because that's what I do at work. Again, I use Libby. Thanks Libby again. I download all the books on there that I have. So like I have Wars of Radiance on my Kindle, and I'll bring that to work because I can't eat and hold this 1,200 page book with one hand. Right. It's just it'd be annoying as hell, and I'd probably drop the book in my food. So I switch between the two, but I do like the feel of a book, like just the paper and like turning the pages. But it's not as convenient as a Kindle. Kindle just takes up no space.
Yeah, I love it. So I might start reading more books on there, and we'll see how that goes.
That's prime. That's a prime thing to do.
Yeah. So,
have you been keeping time stamps at all?
Did you want me to? I thought you were.
I am, but I keep forgetting to occasionally. I got when we started the book talk, so that's good. So I just
that's the most important.
And we started to talk about games, and then we switched over to books. So we'll do it like that first and see how it goes. And if we need to get more exact, we can. Still better than nothing.
I mean, it is better than nothing. We don't need like 10 timestamps because we don't talk about that many. We don't know how to do like each individual book. You know what I mean? We just have some sections: games, books. So over the weekend, I went to my friend's house and we played poker.
Okay.
Texas Hold'em. Do you ever play Texas Hold'em?
I played it once at your house, but no, not really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago,
I forgot about that. Oh, my God, yeah. I don't even remember, like...
That was in college, I believe.
Wow.
Like really early college when, like, we had just met you.
And I'm just, like, looking for desperate for people. Because I remember I had, like, a bunch of people that, like, didn't know each other, and then we played cards.
Mm-hmm.
I do that a lot, though. I like introducing people to other people that we don't know.
Yeah. But, so no, I haven't played it very often, though, since that one time I think I played it at your place, and I lost money on it. I was very reluctant to bet money because I didn't know how to play it that well. So
I remember feeling bad. I remember wanting to teach you some strategies beforehand, but I don't think we got to it.
No, we didn't have time.
But we played, and I won. I split the pot twice with the person. We do like elimination.
Mm-hmm.
So I split the pot twice, which means I took like half the money, half the winnings. And then the third time we played, I came in first, and so I ended up winning $130, which is it's a pretty good, that's a pretty good amount of money.
I'd take $130 easily. Yeah.
Yeah, it took all day and all. We played 2 days in a row.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we played Friday and Saturday. But it was so fun. It reignited my love for poker because it's been so long since I played. Honestly, we don't play that often anymore.
Have you?
Not just because I won. Well, maybe, but
yeah. Have you in Vegas? Like, if you've been to Vegas, right?
No, I have not. I am going for a bachelor party this summer.
Oh, okay. I was curious. I was gonna ask. Yeah, what do you play there? Because the one time I went, I played blackjack and then roulette. Poker is just not my. I still don't know. If you ask me how to play poker currently, I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. I don't know. I don't necessarily care to learn. Because it involves bluffing, and I don't think I'd be good at bluffing. Whereas blackjack, it's just I like going against the dealer. I like going against the house. I don't want to play cards against my friend too, while also the dealer, and like try to maneuver my cards and bluff my way to get in the pot or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's just never interested me.
I don't think I would play at a casino. Although it's the only game I really know how to play. I know the rules of blackjack, but I couldn't tell you strategies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I did learn it more on the fly there with what you want to hit. We also had a really good dealer who was like kind of teaching us and like guiding us and shaking his head no or yes, depending on it. Of course, because we tipped them.
That's
awesome. So everybody won except for the house, I guess, but they won in the end, I guess. But no, blackjack's fun. Again, especially because we had like 4 or 5 people who just sat down at the same table and just enjoyed it. And it was like the $5 minimum bet, so you could just go really low money-wise.
$5 minimum? How's that low?
Well, $5 max, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been 3 years since that happened.
Okay.
So it was either way. It was the lowest like betting blackjack table. Whereas like some of them are like the lowest minimum you can go is like $50. And it's like, absolutely not.
Jeez, high rollers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to sit and gamble for free. I just want to play games. I don't really want to. I'm not a big gambler.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do a lot of sports betting, but then I quit doing that. So this year I did like minimal sports betting. I'll do it with my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm no longer betting hundreds and hundreds of dollars on betting apps. Because it's too stressful, and I don't need that anxiety in my life. I'm anxious enough as it is.
Yeah.
I don't need to win $200. That doesn't change my life. But losing $200, I'll think about that for the rest of my life.
It's a great way to put it.
Like that's my mentality, man. I can't do it. It's not for me.
No,
Other people love it.
I'm 100% agree with you on that one. I see some people are like, oh, it makes me more interested in the sports like that, or in like the game that is playing because they bet money, and then it's like, or just don't bet money and just don't be interested, and be interested in what you're already interested in. It's simple as that.
Yeah, or bet $1 or something, like put like a minimal bet, to make yourself interested. You know what I mean? You don't need to go hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, but they do.
And yeah, it's a problem. I mean, it is an addiction. There's gambling problems, and so many people have gambling problems, and it's going to get worse and worse. I think it's horrible. I tell my friends this because they gamble a lot, and I always constantly tell them. And if you're listening, hey, if you need help, give me a call. We'll talk, or call help. They have helplines on like the gambling apps. They say, hey, if you know a friend or somebody, if you need help, because it is an addiction. I don't know if I asked you this before on the podcast, but gambling gives you endorphins, makes your endorphins spike. I don't know if you do that.
Yeah.
What do you think gives off more endorphins? Winning a bet or losing a bet?
Well, I think it's probably I'm probably gonna be losing a bet because you're probably gonna be like, oh, I can get the next one. I don't know. Is it winning?
It's actually the same amount.
Oh, really? So it was a trick question. I was just wrong.
Well, yeah, it's a trick question. So, but yeah, so you're getting endorphins from winning and losing because the excitement is still there when you lose. Exactly right, because you're like, oh, I could win. Maybe next time I'll win, or I don't know. Like it's just exciting for people. I guess you can just look it up, more research if you're curious why. But that's why it's addicting. You just can't stop because you're getting endorphins whether you win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped cold turkey, and I really don't want to go to Vegas to gamble. I just want to hang out with my friends, and I'm afraid of losing hundreds of dollars. But
just set a limit. I mean, that's what I did when I went. I was like, okay,
right.
I was like, at first, I was like, $200. I was like, that's enough. We were only there for like 3 days, but then I won some, and basically what worked is. And what I held to, and I walked away, basically kind of paying for my whole hotel stay there, is anything I win. If I win that money, I put it in the bank. I put it in the safe. I don't touch that money. So like I start with 200, and let's say like the first bet I put 50 down, and I win 100. I take 50 from that, put it in the bank. So that all my winnings, anything that I won, I will never touch. I'll never bet. So I'm never gonna walk away. Well, of course you can't walk away with zero, I guess. But it's just easier that way, so that you don't keep, and then of course you set a limit too, so that I ended up, okay, I won this, let's put this away. I still have 50 more bucks to bet. Let's do this over here. Oh, I lost the 50 bucks. Okay, now I'm up. Technically, I guess I took 50 in the bank. I'm even, correct, but I'm not about to take that 50 from that I just won too and be like, oh, I can win it back, something like that.
I like that. So all the profits you put in your safe.
Yep.
I like that. That's actually a pretty good strategy, and maybe I'll adopt that.
It was really nice. It was tough because my friends were all the peer pressure set in. They're like, "Oh, you just won 50, now bet 100." It's like, no, I have 50 still. Right. That other 50, that's in the safe. That's for future Matt on his way home.
Exactly. That's how you win, because if you just keep betting everything you win, you just keep betting, you'll eventually lose it all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem people make. And also changing your betting habits. It's like so if you're betting on anything really, and you change, like you bet one bet on $50 and you lose, and then you bet like $10 on the next bet, and then you win, but you only win 20, but you won. So next time I would bet $100, and then you lose 100, and it's like if you just bet 50 every single time, then you'd lose 50, you win 50, you lose 50. You know what I mean? You would have a more even thing. If you start changing even just the amount you bet, it messes everything up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? because you're probably only going to win 60% of the time. That's just if you're winning 60% of the time, but what are you betting? Are you winning the bets that you bet $10? Or are you losing the $100? You know what I mean? So you just want to keep it consistent, and that's the key. If you want some betting advice, I think that's a great way to do it. Just stick to it. All right, I'm gonna bet $10 bets, and that's all I'm gonna bet. $10, and stick to that.
Betting advice
Don't
from
go changing it.
Someone who hasn't been to Vegas and a person who's gone once.
I gamble on sports a lot.
Yeah,
I have a big history in gambling on sports. And I've done a lot of research on it. And I took the fantasy football championship this year, and I always place top 4. In the past 6 years, I placed top 4 in a 12-man league. Okay.
Okay, well that's different though.
I'm just bragging.
That's different.
I'm just bragging.
That's
baby.
different from at a casino playing
It is
blackjack.
different. I know, but I'm just saying I have done a lot of research with just different gambling.
Okay.
Because I love it. I mean, I like the idea of it. I like psychology.
I
like winning. Because anything, I think in my mind, you can always game anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can I win at this? And I try to get every advantage I can possibly get. I'm really competitive. And you do that when you play like a video game, Rocket League. You probably do the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, at a video game, yeah. But anything if I'm in a even March Madness, which I just sent that was what I was at the beginning of this podcast. I was like, I think I did something wrong. I think I just left one of my cousins out of an email, but it's okay. But even like that, it's like yes, I want to win, but it's like I don't want to go to the depths of looking up. Okay, every team, what is their roster? How many seniors do they have? How long have they been playing there? What is their shooting average? All that, I just don't. That just doesn't interest me. That's too much.
Well, yeah.
So
then don't bet on it. Don't bet a lot on it.
Well,
but
correct.
if you were going to bet $100, I would recommend you look at everything.
Absolutely, I would recommend I wouldn't bet $100 unless I think I knew a lot more information.
Right.
On it. But yeah, so plus our March Madness, we have a Payank. I'm gonna have to beep that out.
Payank pool.
Yeah, with all our family and then the cousins and everything, and we have you'd have to let's see.
I could become a Payank. Can you get married?
That's an option. I was thinking more of if I had a girl cousin available. But
that would work too, I guess.
But we don't bet money because, of course, half the cousins who play it they don't care about the basketball. They're even less than me. So we can't do money or else we're going to have 8 people in it. But we have a plaque basically that we send around that whoever wins it signs their name on the back, then the year that they won, and then they get to keep it until the next tournament. And whoever wins the next one, person who won last year pays for shipping and ships it out to them. And then they get to sign it and keep it in their house for a year. And it's a fun way to keep everybody interested. Because one of my cousins who just really picks the players, she likes the colors of the logos pretty much. Awesome. She's won twice. And so she's amped every year.
That's so funny.
It's while me and or my uncles especially who are following basketball, they always have the games on at their house. And they haven't won once. So that's how we keep my family interested in March Madness.
Yeah, I love it. I think I would always fill out brackets, but on the side, I never really gambled with it. Last year was the first time I think I went with our friend group's bracket, and I filled one out. I actually did pretty well. I think I came in top 5 or top 10 or something, which is pretty decent.
Oh yeah,
randomly picking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I did that too. I think I came in top 10. I mean, I still lost money, so it wasn't fun. But yeah, I'll probably do it again in that friend group too. Just because that one chance that I win, baby.
Yeah, I just want to do it for fun because I do think it's really watching the games is really fun.
Oh, I love.
And again,
March
we go back to
games.
it. I think having my bracket in front of me and having a teams to root for is really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know much about it, but you don't really have to. I honestly, you know what I mean. So, I want to get my family to do it. My sister. She's dating a guy now who loves sports and sports betting and stuff. And I love talking about football with him too. But so I'm excited to talk about a little bit of March Madness with him, and maybe I'll get my sister to fill out a bracket because she's never done that. And she's getting a little bit more into sports because he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she likes sports, but nobody ever asked her to fill out a bracket. But I'm telling her, hey, listen, I don't know anything about college basketball. But by the way, I watched the Purdue game. Did you watch that today?
No.
Oh, they lost.
What are you gonna do?
Actually, and
Who'd they
real
play?
quick before I mention this, we got some breaking news. Tom Brady actually unretired.
Oh yeah, I heard somebody say that.
Moments ago, guys. Yeah. So about an hour ago, I think. Anyway, but yeah, he unretired, so he's gonna be playing for Tampa Bay. I'm sure everybody who's listening to this, because this won't come out for a week, you're already aware of that. But that's crazy. That's crazy.
So did he retire? Did he say I'm done?
I thought it was a joke when I first heard it. He says he retired. He says I'm done playing. Yeah, I'm done. I'm hanging it up. It's been fun. I'm officially retiring. And then I don't know. It's only been like a month. I feel like. He says, I'm coming out of retirement. I'm playing for Tampa Bay again.
Oh, yeah. His tweet, he's like, I've realized my place is still on the field, not in the stands. All right.
Yeah, whatever.
Good for him. If he still wants to
I don't mind. I don't care. I like that. I like that you can retire, and then if you don't want to, come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone deserves a second chance. You know what I mean?
Did he, this might be a stupid question, was he always playing for the Buccaneers? Was last season?
Yeah, he played with them last season. So
okay.
This would be his third year with Tampa Bay. And of course, they're happy to have him back. He's been in the playoffs. He won a Super Bowl with them. Then he made it to the playoffs, lost to the Rams, the Super Bowl champs of last year or this year. And so he's obviously still good. I don't know how old he is, like 47 or something. He's crazy old. But he's still got it. I think he's still talented. And if they want him back, good for them. They'll probably go to the playoffs again. They got a good team. So, good for him. Aaron Rodgers signed a contract with the Packers for 4 more years.
Wasn't he was he the highest player ever to be paid or something?
According to Ian Rappaport, which we do not know is official, according to Aaron Rodgers himself, he came on the Pat McAfee show and said that those numbers are incorrect. The deal is making him the highest paid. So we don't know is official. I don't know if it's official or not. But I'm sure we'll find out in the coming week if he's the highest paid player of all time. But he's a damn good quarterback. He's won back-to-back MVP, league MVPs, 2 years in a row. That's pretty incredible and hard to do, especially with a lot of amazing players. So it's just amazing. I'm happy. As a Packers fan, I'm thrilled to have him back. Win or lose, I'm happy he's on the team with us, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm just happy. He's been with us. Gave us so many rides to the playoffs. I'm a fan of his for a long time. Even though I disagree with his vaccination status and a lot of different things, but I'm happy he's on the team. Anyway, that's sports talk for you guys.
Yeah, which I do not know a lot about besides those 2 big headlines because they're on everywhere. Plus, I have two guys at the office who are big football people, so they'll constantly talk to each other, and I'll overhear them.
Yeah, with football being over, and that's the thing. It's like I got so much free time. I mean, that's most of my time. People don't know this, but I spend a lot of time studying football and every player and position and that's why I used to bet on it. I used to gamble on it. Now I don't do that. I still spend all the time doing it because I like it. It's fun. It's relaxing for me.
There you go. Cut that out. Start reading more. Boom. You'll get that done. You'll get that book done quickly.
Like this today, I read. We're doing the podcast because I had this free time. I went to see Cameron. Yeah, it's been a productive day.
That's great. Yeah, this weekend's been pretty good. Question: have you? A little pivot here. Have you? I'm guessing you haven't been in the movies recently, right?
I haven't watched a single movie in a couple months.
I was curious because I've heard from my friend that the Batman movie is really good.
Yeah, so that's what people have been saying.
I think I'm going to try to go see it next week. Or, no, I probably the week after next weekend. Theaters should probably be died down by then. Because I've heard, everybody was like, what is it, Robert Pattinson. They're like, is he going to make a good Batman in it? And I was like, of course he's going to, what is it? Just because he did Twilight, those 3 movies.
Yeah.
They were a little unsure about it, but it's got Matt Reeves, who's the same director as, the Planet of the Apes movies, which I love. Those are fantastic movies.
I've never seen those.
Highly recommend them. Rise.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Rise. I forgot what the second one is. And then War, the Planet of the Apes. Something like that.
Yeah, I'd definitely check them out. That'd be awesome, actually.
But yeah, so I want to go see that. I want to go see that real bad because that looks good.
About Robert Pattinson, and this is one of the two reasons why I really like him. For one, he admitted that he did Twilight just for like the money. Obviously, he was a new actor, and he wanted to get his name out there in a role. But he said after he did that, he's like, I'm just going to be doing roles that I really want to do. He's like, so he did The King, Netflix, like he's done a lot of independent films. The Lighthouse.
Yeah, he's done a lot of indie films.
Yeah, and I think he's really talented. And I'm excited to see him in this. They told him to work out for this film, and he chose not to do steroids. And he just worked out naturally and ate super healthy. And he was probably miserable. Is that
a standard that people do? I've never heard of an actor doing steroids to get ripped for the job. Like all the Marvel films are like that. I don't think any of them have done steroids doing it.
I think almost all of them have. I mean, Chris Evans. Definitely. Thor, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you look at these guys, they're...
Yeah, because they work out. It doesn't mean they do steroids. They have personal trainers who get them eating and, like, get the right composition of nutritions, too, with the workout.
I mean, I don't know what kind of steroids they do. They do some PEDs. Like, they have to. These guys are ridiculous. And they get... Like, Chris Evans has never been a big guy. He's been a small guy. And then all of a sudden, in a year, he just gets, like, jacked. That doesn't happen, man. It just doesn't. And you're getting paid millions of dollars. You're getting paid millions of dollars to look good.
Yeah.
You'll probably do steroids. Your career's based on it.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have, this is their job. Like, at like days on end, 7 days a week, they're working out probably for this role if they do a role like that.
Yes, true. And so this is arguable. I don't know. I'm not confirming this. I'm just saying I personally think they are.
I don't think they have. I'm guessing Chris, especially, what is it, Hemsworth? I mean, he's got his own workout app and everything, too. He's been a big workout person since he even got brought on to Thor.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he doesn't take PEDs. Almost a lot of people take them. A lot of fitness, like,
name 5
and stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Okay,
Hugh Jackman.
That's my point.
I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman did. Arnold.
You're pretty sure. I mean, unless you have a source, I don't know if you can make those accusations.
I could show you, like, research that shows that these guys have most likely done it. I can't show you that they admitted doing it because they're not going to. But they don't say they don't. They're not like, I'm 100% natural. They've never said that. You know what I mean?
I guess.
And I don't think it's wrong. I have no problem with people taking PEDs. Like, there's no problem with that.
Then why were you praising Robert Pattinson for working out without taking him?
Because I think it's really hard to do. And that's why he's not gigantic. He looks very normal. He looks kind of bigger than, like, me. You know what I mean? But, like, he's not huge.
Well, what is
and
it?
Of course, he probably didn't even work out that hard. But the whole, that's probably definitely true.
Yeah. Plus, Batman, you got that sick suit to cover that. Because I mean, like, Christian Bale wasn't that. I mean, he was not that ripped at all.
He was pretty ripped.
Christian Bale for Batman Begins.
Yeah, look at him. Google his picture right now. I'm gonna Google it right now because I'm kind of curious.
I mean, he's fit.
He's jacked. Christian Bale shirtless. That's what I'm typing in.
I mean, yeah, he is somebody who has worked out.
I promise you can
Christian
try
Bale's
to look like
insane,
that.
Though,
you'll never probably look like that.
I bet. I mean, give me probably 2 years. I bet I could. Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind.
No
I'd have to be.
way.
I'm not motivated enough to do it, but I bet if I was motivated enough to do it, if somebody paid me to get that fit, absolutely, there's no question in my mind.
But I think he does it quickly, though.
Christian Bale is like known to be unhealthy. Like, if you look, or what is it, The Machinist?
Jesus. Yeah, The Machinist.
Like, he was like 70 pounds or something.
He's just a skeleton.
And then like a year later, or like 2 years later or so, he filmed another show where he was like, or another movie where he was like overweight in it. Like, that man is unhealthy when it comes to losing and gaining weight.
That's why I think he does PEDs, because it's really hard to put on that muscle that quickly. And we're just going to Christian Bale. But he's not even nowhere near as big as Chris Evans or Thor. Those guys are massive. That's why I wouldn't even doubt it. Like, those guys do it. I mean, I've looked at their workouts too. They're not that, like, I'm someone who's worked out my like entire life. Obviously, I don't work out every day. My diet's not perfect, you know.
Yeah, and you don't have
it
someone
is
telling
hard
you.
to put on muscle. It is extremely hard.
I mean, if they're paying someone to get them to put on muscle, I'd imagine it's easier because you're not thinking about it. They're telling you everything that you have to do. I mean, that's the whole thing about personal trainers.
I mean, you're right. You're right. So
I'm not saying they don't. They might.
They might not.
They might
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say they are, but I do think they are. A few of them. I would have to look into it, more often. But I'm pretty sure a lot of actors do PEDs. That's what I would say. I guarantee WWE wrestlers. Have you seen those guys? Those guys definitely do. Those guys are
a whole other story.
Those guys are gigantic.
Do you ever watch WWE?
Yeah, I love WWE.
Really?
I mean, I don't watch it anymore because you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But if it was free and my friends were into it, I'd be all over it.
Oh, man, I've never seen the appeal. I mean, if you like it, that's great. But I have never seen the appeal.
I used to watch it when I was a kid. It was really popular growing up. Everyone at school watched it and stuff. It was just really popular. That was the peak of wrestling, and then it kind of just went downhill from there. But I like it. I don't know why. Maybe it is just a thing I liked when I was 7, so now I like it. But
do you watch?
I think it's just cool. It's like acting.
Yeah,
it's just theater.
That's true.
But with muscles. It's just it's theater and muscle and acrobatics. That's basically what it is. It's like Jackass. These guys are the other night, actually, someone broke their neck. They got suplexed. They landed on their head and actually broke their neck. Ugh. But he did say he was able to move all of his digits.
Okay, that's
so
good.
He's going to be okay.
That's good.
Yeah. But these guys are risking their life. I mean, the stunts that they do are insane.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I think it's fun to watch. You're just watching stuntmen basically throw each other around, and they're all gigantic, massive. And they also have comedy. They also have intro music, which is awesome. Their intro musics are typically really good. And it's like a performance. They come up there with a mic. They'll just do improv. They'll do jokes. The Rock was the funniest. That's why he was famous.
Mm-hmm.
He was just so charismatic. And then there's storylines. There's rivals and stuff. It's just like a big theater thing,
Yeah, that's true.
So for me, I loved it.
I guess I never really got invested into it to really. I mean, I never even watched an episode of it, so I was all sitting out from the sidelines, kind of on the stories and everything. So, but no, you made more sense about it though.
Because I think people do think it's I don't know, childish. Is that like people think about it? You think, or lame?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the consensus?
I don't know. Maybe corny. I guess just kind of with all the acting, I guess, that they do. I mean, it's so over exaggerated acting, but like you said, it's kind of part of it. It's kind of part of the performance of how kind of silly it is and stupid it is.
Yeah, they all wear costumes. One guy's called the Undertaker, and he has a coffin and stuff. It's just bizarre stuff.
Yeah, and he just comes out of it. That is funny.
It's cool. And it's cool. I think it's cool. I mean, some people probably think it's lame as hell, and that's why they don't like it. But I'm a guy who watched anime and cartoons growing up, and I love weird, lame shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can totally understand people saying it's lame and stuff. That's why I think most people. There's probably a lot of people that watch it that just don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
There's probably people who love it in secret.
Oh yeah, there's that for everything, certain groups of music, or one band that I listen to or so like that. What is it? 21 Pilots. Their music, their music was good. It's kind of changed genres a little bit now, but it's good music. But some of their fans are wild. Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, so you keep it on the DL.
Kind of like Oliver Tree. Oliver Tree makes the same kind of music.
Yeah, Oliver Tree.
And their song "Ride."
21 Pilots.
Yeah, I didn't know. How old is that song? Because I just heard it recently.
Really, that song's 8 years old or so, maybe.
Is it? Get the hell out of here!
Let's look it up. It came out on their, I think, Blurry Phase album, which probably. Gosh. No, it might not be that old. It might be 2022, 5, 10, 6, 7 years maybe. Let's see. Yeah, that was right. 7 years.
I know I've heard it before, but I was listening to it again and it hits. It, for someone who doesn't listen to them a lot, I was just damn, this is sick.
Yeah, that was a good album by them. Their latest album was fun. It was good, but it wasn't up to par with, I think, Blurry Face.
I heard a few of the songs of the new album. It was okay.
Yeah,
I think one of them was okay. Yeah, so it wasn't bad. And I listened to Oliver Tree lately too.
Oh yeah,
and he's auto-tune, kind of rapping, kind of. I think it's the same kind of genre of music. He made a country album that he just came out with the country album.
Oh, really?
and it's not as good as his first album, but it's good.
Okay. All right. What
It's
is it?
decent. It's decent.
I've listened to a few of his
okay.
songs, and they're good. They're I don't know how I would describe their song. They're kind of like alternative-y / pop.
Yeah.
What is it? I have recently listened to, what is it, Avril Lavigne's new album.
Yeah, she's making music still?
She's still making music. And this album it's got some good tunes on it. It's very reminiscent of like her old, not like the very first Avril Lavigne, like Complicated, Skater Boy. It's like the type of like punk rock from like the Good Charlotte, Simple Plan days. It's got Blink 182. I mean, it's got Travis Barker is a producer on the whole album, plays drums on every single song. And it's got some tunes on it that I just can't get out of my head. Highly recommend if you want some like pop, punk, rock.
Okay. I will check it out. I'm
Good.
not into pop punk usually though. And I think like all of our friends are. And I guess I just missed that phase growing up. I was just never into that.
Yeah. I was never into Blink 182. Like I didn't really listen to them.
Yeah.
I listened to Good Charlotte and then Simple Plan. Those were probably the most notable ones around that time.
Yeah, I never really gave him a chance. So maybe I'll check it out. I know Diplo put out a new album. Have you checked that out?
I have not. No, I kind of fallen off from any like. I haven't listened to a lot of
because they don't party anymore.
Correct.
We're not in college.
That's probably 100% right. I haven't listened to a lot of electronic music. I was thinking about that the other day. Like I saw it like on like the new tracks. Like Apple has new music daily, and like one of the songs was like Diplo and that, and I was like, huh, that's probably good, and I just kind of skipped it. I didn't even give it a chance.
I still like it. I like listening to that kind of music while I work because I don't have to. It keeps me motivated.
Yeah,
and I work out as well. So I was listening to half the album, but I wasn't really paying attention. So, but so far I think it's pretty decent. I'm gonna listen to it again tomorrow while I work.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm still a fan. You know what I listen to?
What's up?
Mostly while I work, two things: jazz and video game soundtracks.
Okay.
Because I'm really nerdy, but
soundtracks are
again,
something...
you don't have. There's no lyrics to either of those, so they're perfect for me.
That's what I remember. Ben taught me that when he was like studying, when we would go to like the library at Purdue to study for stuff, he'd always listen to soundtracks. He's like, there's no words, there's nothing to listen to. You can just concentrate and like have the music play in your ear.
Yeah.
That's
what I've been
smart.
finding good tracks to do that too. Anything like an orchestra, I really like orchestra.
Yeah, orchestra music's great. But jazz?
Like good orchestra. Jazz, oh man, dude. So they do jazz. So the first thing I got into jazz was I listened to video game music, and they do like jazz renditions of songs.
Okay.
Like there's a group called Super Soul Brothers, like Super Smash Brothers, right? And they do like soul jazzy compositions of like Donkey Kong songs, Earthbound, a lot of old classic SNES games. But like you got Undertale, like people are doing Undertale, people are doing anything really, like any popular song that's on a video game that is really good. Persona 5, they got a lot of good tracks that they've been redoing.
Persona 5 is like one of my favorite songs. I listen to that.
It's one of my.
That's got a great soundtrack.
It's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I think it's one of the best. There's so many good tracks on there. So many. I listen to the fight music a lot and stuff like that. But yeah, but they do jazz, and then I just started listening to regular jazz, and that I find that really good too. Again, it's just relaxing. It's nice to have in the background while you're working. They do like lo-fi. I listen to a little bit of lo-fi. It's not my favorite. It's kind of
lo-fi jazz or just lo-fi. A little bit both.
Just like lo-fi, like playlists. I don't know. They got all kinds of them. They do lo-fi video game music too, which I listen to.
Yeah. Jazz is just something. I don't know. I love music, and jazz is good. It's just not like to my taste of like music that I like. And I think
have you listened?
Yeah,
to, like jazz, like the playlist on YouTube that's just like ongoing all the time.
Not like on the YouTube, but what is it? My boss loves jazz, and I took
There's some jazz right here.
And thank you. And it'll be on at the office occasionally too. And it's just, I don't know.
It's so good.
It's fine. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of tempo changes. I'm not a huge fan of like listening and like not knowing exactly like where the player, I guess like the saxophone player can just go like on a tangent pretty much. And then it's like in 3-4 times, then it turns to like 5-6, and then 6-6, and then 3-3, and it's just like a bunch of different tempos. And I just don't like it. As what is it? What is that one description? It's like it sounds like people are like playing all the wrong notes out of time.
There is good jazz and there's bad jazz. How about that?
Well, yeah,
I don't like all kinds of jazz. I like the smooth jazz, like the when it's not crazy.
Okay.
Like that. What you're describing is a little wild.
Even smooth jazz, I think I'd rather listen to something else though. It's just
okay.
I don't know.
I feel you.
I've given it a try, but maybe I need to give it another try because tastes change.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's not for you. But again, like I said, basically anything though, like that doesn't have a lot of lyrics, I'm into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I might. Yeah, so that's kind of why I got into it. It's just another genre, just another thing I can put on because I'm kind of tired of the same old stuff.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, because your job involves like reading a good amount, right? Like you're reading emails and resumes and stuff like that coming in.
Yeah, I read a lot and
okay,
type a lot.
Because see, like my job is it's more visual. So like I'm building like 3D models out and sketching or like even building mock-ups, stuff like that. So I don't necessarily need, I think, the no words because I'm not like doing anything where it needs like my full concentration. I found out to a point where sometimes I have listened to a book on tape while I work. Like if I know I'm going to be like, okay, I got this chair design, I need to build it out in 3D. Let's just go. And I'll like turn on the book and like listen and just kind of build it out. Cause I mean, I know the software so well that it's like, I don't have to think twice about it really, about how I'm going to build it. So I can pay attention to something else like while I do this.
See, that's good. I can't even listen to a book on tape while I work out. And that's like easy. I can't pay attention to audiobooks. How about that? I just can't do it. That's my brain. But, that's really good. I can't like if I'm writing a text sometimes, if I'm writing a message, like an email, I usually just stop the music altogether. I press it on pause because I can't like, concentrate to write a message, which is weird.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I don't if I have to like if I read something and like I'm listening to music or especially if I'm listening to an audiobook, I absolutely pause it. I cannot do that. As soon as I start reading, then whatever is coming in my ears is just going out the other.
Yeah.
I need to like have a full attention to it. Question: when you're driving at night, do you turn down the music?
No.
No? Okay. All right. I've heard I know I do that personally and I know it has no effect. But yeah, when it's dark out or like when it's raining, I'll turn down the music. If I'm blasting it.
Weird.
I guarantee you there's other people who've done it because I've read other people doing it. But
interesting.
I was just curious because I think it's like I need 100% of focus. Like if it's raining and it's dark out, it's like I need to be paying attention to the road. I don't need any distractions, and so I'll turn the music down so that there's no distractions.
That's very interesting. I usually at nighttime I like to turn it up because I like to jam at night.
I mean, yeah. If it's not raining or anything like that, or it's like not on a road that's like fully well lit. If
it's like a busy road in like Chicago,
correct.
Then sometimes I'll just turn the music off because I need to concentrate. You know what I mean? And I get I need 100% of my brain to look at the lanes, make sure don't get in an accident.
Yeah, that's how I am. I don't know why. I was curious if you did it, and clearly you don't. So
yeah, that's weird.
It just helps. It just helps me. Like, okay, let's pay attention on the road now. No music.
Yeah, that's cool. I listen to a lot of podcasts while I play video games too, and I think we talked about this before. You don't do that.
Well, no,
because you don't play any boring games, right? Or no, do you?
that is.
I play boring. I play World of Warcraft.
I mean, with Destiny, occasionally, if I'm grinding something, I'll throw on a podcast. But other than that, it's like, no, because I like playing more like story-based games.
Well, Dark Souls 3, how about that? There's no dialogue, virtually. So you're not listening to podcasts when you're playing that?
maybe, but it kind of goes back to like the driving thing again. Like if I get to a new area in that game, like I have to like turn everything down because I have to focus because I don't know where all the enemies are, you know? So like, or if it's like a boss, absolutely nothing can play because I need to focus on what I'm fighting.
Yeah, I can see that too.
But like, I mean, yes, if I'm just like going around farming, or like if it was like an Elden Ring and I'm just going around the world and like I know, like I'm just exploring, I'm not trying to fight a boss, then yes, I think a podcast is great for it. Same with Death Stranding too. Like when I was like traveling or like when I was delivering packages, because that's all that game is, I'd throw on a podcast occasionally. But like once it gets to a story beat, then of course I turn it off.
Yeah, that I do the same. Now, and just goes to Elden Ring real quickly. The boss battles are some of the best boss battles I've ever seen. I fought in 4 big boss battles, and there was a lot of bosses, and mostly bosses, but like the big actual bosses are some of the coolest spectacles, in my opinion. Like they're just insane. Like of all the From Software games, and they have a lot of cool boss battles in those games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've already seen 3 boss battles, maybe 4 boss battles that have like topped everything I've seen in all their other games. Visually, like the presentation and stuff, you know what I mean? Not necessarily like how creative they are, you know, but like the presentation, they're insane. And it's one of those games that you just go, what? I can't believe I'm doing this, or this is crazy. What is this? You know what I mean? Like, and that's just another nod to how awesome the game is. Like it's incredible.
Yeah, and then
sorry.
Meanwhile, I'm playing Death Stranding, and I'm like, what is happening? Because it is. I played it again yesterday night, and like I know the whole story up to here, but God, the story is so convolutedly crazy. It's insane, and like there's some parts where I'm like, oh man, that's so cool, but then like 2 minutes later, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Who is this person? Why are they trying to kill me right now? What have I done?
Hideo Kojima, man.
It's insane.
I
don't know what he was thinking when he was making this game, but
he's wild.
It is bizarre. It's cool. It's a great game. I'm gonna try to beat it this week, but man, it's wild.
I really want to play that when I get my PS5. Do you have it on PS5, by the way?
Yeah, I got it on PS5 for my for Christmas.
Would you let me borrow that?
Maybe?
Yeah, when I get a PS5 someday.
Absolutely.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Sweet. That gives me another reason to buy a PS5.
I got that. Actually, no, I don't have Returnal. Returnal I bought digitally, so I couldn't give you that. That's, I guess. Yeah, I think
DLC coming out for that.
Yeah, co-op actually. So you got to get a PS5 so we can play it.
Oh shoot! Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, I think we've talked a lot about a lot of things today.
We have. I was looking at the time.
Yeah.
24 hours past an hour. I have been keeping rough timestamps. Like it's
that's
not,
okay. If you tell me the rough, I will go through the time and
okay. Yeah, because like it's like we start talking and I'll be enthralled in the conversation. Then 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh wait, we changed topics. Let me go write it down. So yeah,
next time I'll help you out with that. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I got the games. We got book talk. We got other talking, sports, I guess, at one point. A little sports. Movie talk, music talk, and then Elden Ring again.
I was gonna say a lot of that. I don't know. It's just we kind of went off on crazy different tangents, but
that's funny though.
Just put other. Just put other.
Other, yeah. Because we went into a bunch of breaking news of sports. That was in sports though. But yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about on my notes. I didn't really have any notes to come in with.
Oh, I had too many.
Really?
But it's good. So what I do, I have a note. I have a note. No, I think we hit all of them. I have a podcast note in my phone, and then throughout the week, if I think of anything, I just write it. If I'm doing something, if I watch something funny, I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to put this in here and I'll bring it up on the podcast. I don't know if you do that.
I'm nodding my head right now. I do that. The exact same thing. I do that with everything. Well, especially it's really good with, I do it with the podcast, of course, but like gifts too. Like if you I keep a list of gifts for like my sister, my mom, and my dad. So if I'm ever with them and they say something, I always note it down real quickly and see if I can find a gift to help with that. So does that make sense?
That's the best idea ever. A gift list.
A gift list. Literally idea. Just like when they're talking. So what is it? My last time my dad was talking, we got him for Christmas. We got him basically a coal starter, because before that, when I was there one time, it was like an hour of him just struggling to get the coals lit with these fire starters. And he's like, man, I need a better way to light this. And so I looked up over Christmas. I was like, let's get him a coal starter then, a chimney and everything that he needs. So it should be a lot quicker.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a great way.
You're such a good person.
It's a great way to just literally just anything they say. Like my sister, when I visited her, she's asked me if I wanted any tea. And she's got a really nice teapot. So I got tea on her list of things that I can get her.
Dude, yeah, that's great. I don't do that. I'm a horrible gift giver. And I think this will maybe change the game.
Yeah, just do what you're doing with the podcast.
Yeah, I will. Do it. I don't get gifts. We usually don't do a lot of gifts for my family. We don't do a lot.
No,
I tell my family I don't want anything. Don't give me anything.
Yeah, that's how
we all have like an agreement. We don't get each other stuff.
Yeah, that's how my brother-in-law's family is. Like they don't. He's got two brothers, and they give them each. They each trade like $25 Amazon gift cards for like birthday and Christmas, and that's it. Which is smart.
We don't even do that.
It's so easy. I mean, I guess our family's also in a gift family.
My parents gives us they used to give us $100 on our birthday. I think this year they're doing $200.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
They just love giving money.
What are you
away.
gonna get?
My dad.
What are you gonna buy?
Nothing, dude. I save all my money, dude. It's all in the bank.
Dude, if you had $200, you know what you could buy? You could buy Brandon Sanderson's 4 limited edition books.
Oh boy, I don't read that much. You know, I went to Kohl's this week. I spent $170 on clothing.
Oh, great!
And that's with 30% off.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. I got a lot of clothing.
I need to get some new shoes.
My goal is to get a shirt every weekend. I have a different shirt or outfit to wear. So you'll never see me in a year wear the same thing twice. That's my goal.
I think I saw you.
I'm kind of joking about that, but you know what I mean. It's kind of funny.
I think I saw you wear the same tie-dye shirt like 3 days in a row.
Yeah, the tie-dye makes an exception because I really like those shirts. But
that's smart though.
Well, you shouldn't have saw me 2 days in a row.
I know. Well, because I remember I made a comment and you're like, I didn't think you would be at this party.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Oh, which was very funny. Yeah, I need to get new shoes. I have a pair of white sneakers that are just worn out that I need to buy a new pair because I haven't bought a new pair of shoes in 2 years or so.
Yeah, I buy too many. I have a closet full of 20 pairs of shoes that I don't wear.
You got any white sneakers?
Too many shoes. No, I don't wear white.
Oh man.
Sorry.
What are you gonna do?
Why do they call them sneakers? Are they sneaking around?
That might be a topic for another podcast. I don't know.
We'll put that on the list. We'll research it. Come back next week. Find out why sneakers are called sneakers.
Because I genuinely don't know.
I found out why Santa Claus wears red and white. Do you know why that is?
No, why?
I'll tell you on the next podcast.
All right. Wow. Teasing me. Yeah. You're the other host.
I know. We should do a trivia or some kind of game, too. I was thinking for next time. I'll write some questions down and ask you questions. They'll be about, I don't know, some kind of trivia. You like video games? What do you want to do?
I don't know.
What's your favorite thing?
Favorite thing in the world? That's a huge question. I don't know. I have to think about that one.
Favorite thing?
That is massive. I have no idea.
Okay, well, think about it. Tell me. Text it to me. I don't know. I'll do some kind of. I want to do some kind of like research and and then ask you just questions.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can answer them.
Okay.
You could
gonna make me look stupid.
I'm not gonna try to.
All right, then I'd have to make.
They're not gonna be like history
too.
questions. I just want to be like, maybe like what. Oh, I know one. We'll do one about video games because I love video games.
Okay.
It'll be like what I'll list some famous video games, and you'll try to guess what score Game Informer gave it.
Okay.
I think I saw that in the Min-Max podcast, so that's what gave me the idea.
Okay.
Like BioShock. What do you think they gave BioShock?
The first one?
Yeah.
Probably I would say a 9.25.
A 9.25? You're close. They gave it a 10.
Okay. Cool.
A 10 out of 10.
That's a great game.
Yeah,
I replayed
I
that
know.
2 years ago.
They only gave didn't give out a lot of 10s. I was surprised when I saw that one on the list. I love it. I bought that in like the first day it came out, and I think it deserves a 10.
I think they're making
honestly.
a TV show about it on like Netflix even.
Oh yeah. Although we haven't got a good TV show for a video game TV show yet, besides Castlevania.
Yeah, Castlevania was great.
So I'm still skeptical. But I think that's gonna do it. I think we talked about a lot. Thanks for listening all the way through. I think this was a good one.
Yeah.
I think this is our best episode, maybe. I don't know.
Better than the first. I thought the first one was pretty solid.
The first one was pretty damn good because we were in person and it was really
and we hadn't
funny.
talked in a long time since then.
Yeah, that's true. That was.
But this one was good. This one was also very good.
Yes, it was. I like how we're talking about our own podcast, saying our own podcast is good.
Hey, we gotta have confidence in it.
That's true. We're our biggest judges, critics, probably our only critics
and fans.
We're probably the only one who listens to this, by the way, because I listened to it. I listened to the other one. I wanted to make sure I knew what I talked about with Elden Ring. So
that's
I
smart.
myself.
That's smart.
Yeah, dude, real smart, real smart.
I'll have to do that with this one too.
Yeah, this one was good. I'm looking forward to listening to this one again. So stay tuned. In Sunday eventually. We should probably record these right before the Sunday they go on.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it because if this comes out 2 weeks from now,
It's be old news.
Does it age? Yeah, Tom Brady unretiring. People are gonna be like, "What?
Yeah.
When did they record this?"
Yeah, it was something like
know.
that. Yeah, we could probably plan better. I mean, well, now we know this one's going to come out in 2 weeks, so maybe the next one for
we
sure.
can do this next Sunday. We can just do it this Sunday.
Yeah, actually, no,
1
not
week
this
from
Sunday.
today?
Not next
The 20th?
Sunday.
The 20th.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm out of
What do
town.
you can't. Not recording. You just upload it.
Oh, I thought you wanted to record. I was like, a week, okay? Yes. Yeah.
No.
Let's put this one up, yeah, and then the next week after, and then 2 weeks after that, we can record like
like the 31st.
the day before or so.
Like towards that week. The 31st.
And I'd be down to hang out probably that week or so.
April 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually would be perfect, I think.
All right.
Because March Madness is like the next 2 weeks, and I got some plans next weekend, so
All
it'll
right.
be good, man. And hopefully I'll beat Elden Ring by then. It won't be all from software out. You know?
Yeah. We'll have a podcast without Elden Ring. That'll be crazy.
Dude, I might start another character. I might run a mage and talk about that. I don't know.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, yeah. Thanks again
all right.
for listening. If you made it this far, again, timestamps. We'll do our best. Next one will be even better with timestamps.
Heck yes.
So thanks again.
All right, guys.
See you guys next week.
Take care. Peace.